Hey guys, what's up? Team Scramble here, and couple of you have asked for Wightsworns, which was one of my deck projects that I was kind of working on for a while. Um, right now, it's really missing something, and I can't really figure out what it is it's missing. I have a feeling it's like being able to search out the right whites at the right time, rather than just milling them and powering up King, but I don't know what it's missing. I'm gonna try to, on the next update that I have for this deck, I'm gonna try to fit in two tour guides and see if that helps it at all. Like stall with like a Zen mains, or it would help with being able to get out Levier, because then at least uh, I don't need to necessarily rely on Whitemare to summon out King once he's removed. Uh, But yeah, I think that's pretty much all that's missing from this. Um, but onto the 1.0, I guess, version of the deck. This is the deck as I tested it like pretty much yesterday with my team. I tried it against what is it? Chaos Dragons, like a pure dragon Chaos Dragons, a Lightsworn Chaos Dragon, um, and I don't even know if I dueled anybody else. Can't remember. But yeah, onto the deck profile. So it's a white deck. If you guys don't know what the whites are, it's the Skull Servant archetype. So you play 3 King of Skull Servants. It's the main card of the deck. 3 Lady in White. She really helped me out a lot yesterday when I was testing this. While she's on the field, level 3 or lower zombie type monsters you control are unaffected by the effects of spell and traps, and they cannot be destroyed by battle. So that's really good. Except for her, obviously, except for Lady in White. But still, even then, she's 2200 defense. Really hard to get over her. Stops Thunder King from going through, and then you can make your nice plays with this. Whitemare. This Skull Servant is supposed to be a Whitemare. Whitemare is one of the best cards of the deck, alongside King of Skull Servants. Obviously, just because his effect, you can drop him and select one of his 2 effects. So, one of his effects, you select one of your remove from play Lady in White or King of Skull Servants, and you summon it to the field. Or you can grab a Whitemare or a Skull Servant and send it back to your graveyard. So it's either you can drop this and summon out one, and that'll give that one that you summoned an extra 1000 attack. Or say you have a couple of these guys laying out in the remove from play, you can give your king 2000 more attack. So it's really good. It's incredibly useful. Onto the Lightsworn part of the deck. Play 1 Lumina. The Lightsworns weren't really all that useful, except for Raikou. The mill wasn't really as useful as I thought it was. Again, it's just the fine-tuning of the deck that I need to tinker around with. So yeah, play the 1 Lumina, 1 Jane, and double Raikou. That's the Lightsworn engine that I have. I'm trying to find room for the spells, like 2 charge and 1 charge and 2 recharge. Trying to find room for that, just so that it's easier to get to these guys, as well as possibly dump some whites into the grave. I was also thinking about running, along with 3 of each Whitemare, Lady in White, and King. I was also thinking about putting in just the regular Skull Servants. I was testing this as a 1.0 without it, and it definitely was lacking a little bit. I don't know if that's what the problem was. Play 2 Thunder King, just because that way you can play this as a Chaos build, and it doesn't really stop you at all. It locks down your opponent, and it's a 1900 beater, something that you need while you're setting up your king. Sangan, Like I said, I'm trying to find room for the tour guides, just so maybe I can get to this guy easily, and then from there get into my whites. Okay, then we play Double Veiler. She was really useful, especially against the Chaos Dragon matchup. Just dropping it on the dragons, preventing them from getting the big dragons out on the field. Especially once I had King at a decent attack. Then we play one Chaos Sorcerer and Plague Spreader. I don't play BLS. I was gonna test it, but honestly, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, just because I felt like I didn't really want to remove my whites if they were already there, and those are my only dark targets in this deck, are the whites, along with Sangan and Plague. And I really was hesitant to remove those guys, so I think Chaos Sorcerer was decent enough without having to play both Chaos Sorc and BLS. I'll try it again later with both of them, or maybe with just BLS. 1-for-1, obvious choice. Best way to use this is obviously dropping like one of your, like a Skull Servant or your Lady in Whites to grave, and then summoning out your King. Allure works really well with Whitemare, because then you don't really need to worry about anything that's getting removed. Foolish, it's pretty obvious. Double Lance. This came in handy a lot, especially since your King goes up increments of 1,000. Getting that 800 drop on an opponent is really useful, as well as giving immunity to Lady in White in case they do some mass removal and you really need her on the field still. It's really good both ways. 1 Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy, Staples, and then double MST. Didn't really need these as much, but they're there in case. And two of the cards I really liked the best in this deck. Infernal Reckless Summon. It's incredibly amazing card in this deck. Especially late game, once you've pumped up once you've dropped all your whites into grave, and then you just spam out your King of Skull Servants once it's destroyed by battle, comes back, then you Reckless Summon it. It's really good. Especially since a lot of the times when I actually got this, I know that they would only have one copy of the card they have in their deck, such as like a Chaos Sorcerer or something like that where it's limited, and I know that they only have one or maybe two copies of it in the deck. Then that's when it was really optimal for me to use this. And even if they come out from the grave and power down the current King that was already out, they still all get pretty big once they start dropping. Like once they start getting destroyed, you just keep them in the grave and it powers up the rest of them. So very good. Burial from a Different Dimension. It was really good in this deck. It's a shame I could only play one. I would definitely have played more if I could have. If it wasn't limited, I definitely would have wanted more of these, because then I wouldn't have to rely so much on Whitemare. Play 1 Bottomless, 1 Solemn, 1 Warning, I mean, 1 Judgment, the 2 Torrentials, 1 Mirror Force, and the Starlight Road. Starlight Road was definitely helpful. Another thing that I think was missing from this deck was the ability to negate stuff that destroyed my whites by card effect. So I think I want to try to find room in here for Dark Bribe. Monsters weren't really too much of a problem, so I think I would have to go with Bottomless and Warning to make room for 2 Dark Bribes or something along those lines that can give me the ability to negate monster destruction, because that's the only thing King can't come back from. And if Lady in White isn't out there, then that's the problem. But yeah, like honestly, it was a really fun deck. Um, like it didn't win much, but it was really fun just playing it. Uh, like it's not obviously it's a white sworn deck. You're not gonna take it to like a regionals or nationals or whatever, like or a YCS. I mean, but it's definitely good. For a locals maybe. It was very fun. So yeah, give it a try. Post comments down below and see if you can help me out for the next update of this deck. I definitely want to work on this more. Super fun. Give it a try. And until next time, guys, this Team Scramble. Until next time, rate, comment, and subscribe.